When I'm really enthusiastic about something and I'm burning inside, I do it with maximum passion. And this, in actual fact, is what I did since I started Avantgarde. And this best describes all of the Avantgarde team. G3 stands for Generation 3. Starting with the first model in 1993, this is only the second time in 30 years we totally renew our technology and product platform. When we started this project 5 years ago, we thought, what do we do? And we said, let's start with a totally blank page. Let's start off the scratch. We imagined we wanted to build a race car. And we said to ourselves, what does it take to build the best race car in the world? First, there's the engine. In speaker design, these are the drivers and filters. We redesigned all drivers to increase the frequency range and to improve the technical specs, specifically the distortion. Secondly, we realigned all drivers on a perfect acoustical plane to achieve phase coherency. And then we designed a new crossover, which is three-dimensional. All components have been meticulously perfectionated. Secondly, we looked at the aerodynamics of our sports car. So in speaker design, this means how the sound waves are propagated into the room in the best way possible. For the Trio G3, we redesigned a totally new spherical horn, perfectly matching the architecture of the new XT3 tweeter. For the space horn, we developed a completely new folded horn architecture, equating in a 6 times improvement of the sound pressure level. Last, we looked at the traction of our sports car, because a race car with a perfect engine and a super aerodynamics will never win a race if the wheels just spin and you have no traction. In speaker design, this is the interface between the actual electrical signal and the acceleration of the membrane itself. And here we took, with our patented ITRON electronic, a revolutionary approach. With our ITRON technology, we created a technology which overcomes the deficiencies of all existing voltage amplifiers in the market. A precise control of the driver movement, independent of frequency, impedance, time and power. Here the Trio G3 sets entirely new standards. Trio G3 is not just a comprehensive development of an icon. For me, Trio G3 is a revolution. We all had a clean vision that this speaker should be elegant and clean, have this avant-garde DNA, thus being extremely progressive, elegant and performant. For us, this project was a dream. Being able to express this DNA of the brand in a totally uncompressed way, this was really the dream of every designer and engineer. And here with the Trio, this dream became true. total passion, total energy. We wanted to make sure that our vision comes alive. We want to redefine audiophile music reproduction. We want the listener to totally immerse in a holistic experience. Thus, the trio is the showcase of the next level luxury. The avant-garde sound is characterized by the fact that it is highly emotional. This is the most important thing. In addition, a truly immersive sound is the combination of dynamics, the lowest distortion possible, tonality, and balance. If these are all together in perfect harmony, then this is good sound. The trio is the original gene in the avant-garde DNA. This is where everything began. Already in my youth, I was totally fascinated by sound. And at university, I came to listen to a big horn system at full blast. It blew me away. And this experience has never let me go since. So I wanted a horn system so badly, but I had no money at that time to afford one. So I made the decision to make one by myself. I wrote a computer program to calculate the precise horn curvature, and I did some precision aluminum templates to shape the horn, the first prototypes, out of plaster, which I did in the garden of my parents. And if I look back, I remember my mother having an argument with me because the whole lawn was splashed with plaster. But if I look back now, this was the beginning of the avant-garde dream. The trio has two distinct personalities. Number one, it's a super high, ultra performance transducer system. And secondly, it's a design sculpture. For me, the composition of the three spherical horns and the vertical, very precise line of the frame structure is super elegant. The horns that seem to float in the air, there is no cabinet, it's just an open construction. I like this very much. Over 30 years ago, when I scribbled the first trio system, these proportions became alive and are still today. In designing the new Trio G3, we were facing the challenge of combining the new phase alignment of the horns with the powerful established aesthetic of the old original design. Furthermore, we had to incorporate the upgradable modular electronic package, all without diluting the clean lines and aesthetic purity of the original design. Now, it took us a long time with our design department to get this old Geo transferred into a new level of design quality.
As a designer, it's important for me to find ways to enable communication between objects, including their properties and the people and their needs. To my opinion, design is a non-verbal language, and if it's intuitively understood, I think it's good design. Naively thinking designing an audio system is just a piece of cake. So you take a box and screw in some drivers, take a bunch of cables and connect them with a piece of electronic, and you're finished. In the end, however, it's way more complex because we want to communicate something with our new system that simply didn't exist before. And in addition to that, we want to bring our enthusiasm for music listening and the demand for perfection into the private space of our customers. And this is not easy due to the size of the whole system, which cannot be ignored. So with that, we are automatically part of architecture, and this is something we are aware of. Therefore, there are many technical restrictions to be considered, which is far beyond building just a simple box. And this is a challenge that we gladly take on. So we wanted to create a sound sculpture that tells everyone that this is something very unique and that this is setting new standards in the audio world. And of course, this is Avantgarde Acoustic. And it makes us all very happy that we have succeeded with our trio system. We show who we are, and we want our customers to feel that they are close to our hearts with a love for music.
I'm very happy with our new Trio G3. This speaker gives me goosebumps. It's highly emotional, it is super aesthetic, and it has this kind of tangible sound which beams you into the music. The Trio is the most beautiful speaker we ever did.
If you design a high-performance transducer system like the Trio G3, you have to think beyond. Here we are demanding outstanding specification levels, far beyond the capabilities of any conventional audiophile speaker system. And this regardless of effort. The acceleration of air without any time lag to the original music signal, this is exactly what every manufacturer of a high-end speaker system wants to achieve. To generate sound, a speaker membrane must set the air into motion. To do this in a way that reproduces a natural and lifelike sound, the membranes must be large. But if they become large, they become slow, heavy, and phatic sounding. The horn cuts this Gordian knot. Through its funnel shape, the emitted energy is focused to a 50 times smaller area at the beginning of the horn. And the result is smaller membrane, less weight, less inertia, and a lifelike sound where the tones virtually seems to explode into the room. For me, there is just no other way to transform sound that is so natural and pure and at the same time so powerful, like with the horn. The spherical horn is the soul of our speakers. Every driver unit has been specifically designed and developed and alongside the corresponding horn element. Since spherical horns place special demands on the drivers and at the same time magnifies inaccuracies by a factor of 10, like an acoustic magnifying glass, we took extreme care in our driver development. Horn and driver are perfectly matched and merged and form a single coherent unit of outstanding quality and performance. Frequency response, sensitivity, power handling, the stability of our high-tech membrane, linear force suspension, in-phase response, every parameter is above state-of-the-art. And with our Omega voice core technology providing extremely high electrical impedance, our speakers are super easy to drive. The acoustical centers of our drivers are perfectly aligned, creating an identical distance of every sound source to the listener and thus ensuring absolute perfect phase coherency. And our tweeter is mounted on a precise rail slide and can be phase adjusted when towing the system in or out. The purpose of a crossover in a multi-way loudspeaker system is to prevent that the same frequencies are reproduced by different drivers simultaneously. And for our Trio G3, we developed a three-dimensional crossover concept on the acoustical, electronical, and quality level. On the acoustical level, we filter frequencies directly within the spherical horn by using our unique spherical low-cut and air gate technology. On the electronic level, we use our patented polarization plus circuitry, enabling cleaner processing on incremental signal changes. And on the quality level, we have the all-new NatureCap, an extremely elaborate capacitor handmade in Germany. The electrodes are made of solid rolled aluminium and a cellulose fiber compound impregnated with biological oils as a dielectric, probably the best capacitor commercially available. ITRON is the last brick to an outstanding super high performance speaker system. With the horns, we already shift the limits of physics. With ITRON, we eliminate them by controlling the movement of the membrane absolutely exactly according to original music signal. Horn and ITRON form the perfect symbiosis.
In all factual modesty, the Trio is absolutely unique in its combination of innovative technologies. Driver systems which have been meticulously perfectionated during the past 30 years and brought to an outstanding level of perfection. All this combined with a totally controlled propagation of the sound waves from the membranes to the listener. Drivers and horns form a unity with 109 decibels at 27 ohms. Absolutely amazing. And all of this complemented with our groundbreaking ITRON technology. A technology which does not simply amplify an electrical signal, but which directly controls the acceleration of the membranes. The Trio is a state-of-the-art R&D project based on a fundamental understanding of acoustical principles, electrophysical regularities, and sophisticated German engineering. To make air molecules vibrate so that we can listen to music, the Trio does better than anything else. It combines sophisticated technologies, has a vibrant, lively elegance and aesthetics. For me, it's the most beautiful speaker we do, and it is the best speaker we do, period.